So it's like sort of this idea that all the people were conquerors, had conqueror kind of mind state. Like really referring to some of the stuff I'm talking about in Masterful Presence. You know what I mean? With Masterful Presence, I got a line that mentions like it mentions like Genghis Khan, Zulu, the Arabs, and the white man. You know what I'm saying? Which kind of like puts them in the same pot of all of them being warrior and conqueror mindsets. You know what I mean? The Zulu too, because the Zulu was like they was taking over tribes from they was taking over other tribes in Africa as well. The Genghis Khan was famous for taking over the whole Asia area and the even the Russian area where there were some Asians up in the north there in the cold too. Now where the Russians are now. And then of course you have like European folks are famous for being conquerors and eventually really the greatest conquerors of the world, because besides maybe the Egyptians, because the Egyptians the ancient Egyptians prior to the Greeks, because the ancient Egyptians had also traveled the world and kind of conquered, and not really conquered, but they more I believe shared their knowledge before anyone else. They had traveled, they had navigated the world. They were seafarers and stuff before the Greek Empire came around, I believe. You know what I mean? As well as the Asians, I believe. You know what I mean? So but they weren't conquerors in that sense. I don't believe they were like forcefully, taking over anybody. Man, I think they were kind of encountering, other tribes of people. Even if it was like Aboriginal people, some of them probably, and kind of teaching them crafts and stuff like that. I believe that's what the Egyptians, the ancient Egyptians, were responsible for. Then you had like the Greeks, and then the Europeans came up, and they were really trying to like. They eventually really like conquered the whole world, because they developed superior technology, and nobody could really fuck with them, except for nobody could really stop them except for
some greed is good, got great taste, not just great masterful.
Except for when they went into Africa, because they couldn't really conquer Africa as well because of the natural environment. You had like they started getting what do you call that, malaria and stuff like that. So but eventually Africa was still kind of colonized and divided, just like with China as well. You know what I mean? Because you couldn't really take over all of that stuff anyway. But they still had superior technology and stuff like that, So Masterful Presence kind of mentions some of that, and then it also mentions like like it compares like Sun Tzu and Jesus, kind of like this idea of Christianity being used to conquer, and comparing that to like the Sun Tzu Art of War, because it's kind of like peacefully taking over, it's meant to peacefully take over as peacefully as you can, you know what I mean? So that's what Masterful Presence kind of mentions some of that stuff.
Arabs, Genghis Khan, Zulu taking over the land. Jesus and Sun Tzu as peaceful as